Good morning, and a very, very happy and a blessed morning to each one of us. I wish us a lot of learning. I wish a lot of reflections, and I really wish that whatever we learn today and what we've learned, we incorporate that in our life and we become the transformers for transforming our lives. I really wish us the same, and I wish us a blessed day ahead. Let's start our beautiful day with the Peak State programming. So where I am, it's not very comfortable. So I'm going to be doing it right here. I hope the internet is good. I hope it behaves well, and I know it will. Yes, I'm a winner. We all are winners in this beautiful journey of life. Okay, left leg in the front, right in the back, and again, let's start. Yes. So I want to share with you a lot of things. Firstly, I'm very proud of myself. Why? Because I have never done something like this before. I have never gone to a village and found a decent place to stay for the night and then taken it. Never. We've always been organized, picking up 5 stars or good properties, and here I am in, well, a comfortable place. But I'm happy and I'm very proud of myself. Why? Because my coach Rahul sir taught us the science of sales. He said, if it's not working, khud niklo field mein. And as you all know, I'm into alcohol industry. So I'm beginning the takas and then finding my contacts for officers and then selling my stuff. And I have reached quite a good milestone yesterday. So I know with this empowered feeling, I know it's going to become great and better. It's my second trip and I'm going to continue doing it. Also, I want to tell you that my factory is completely shaken up with the new science. So my GM and my salespeople were making about 5 to 7 lakh rupees every month from us extra, which I have got now. And that's the reason why I have entered sales myself. And I can tell you something. When we learn in life and when we adapt that in our everyday life, we emerge successful. So joining Rahul sir and paying 11 lakhs for like 9 months wasn't something which was big. Anyone can afford it. But taking his sciences further is where success is. So to all of us, coming in the morning and paying up our time and attention and money is not the important thing. The importance is taking back our learnings, putting them into our everyday life and empowering ourselves. Because each one of us is a winner, but only if we really get down to implementing it. Just reading Luke Cotino's book every day, or Subconscious Mind, or Magic Book, will not take us where. So people who aren't yet in the weight loss journey, mirror work is very important for you to do it again. And I'll be back in Delhi tomorrow evening, I think. And then I'm again going to take off on Saturday, Sunday with my family to Junjunu Salasar Khatuchi for Darshan. It's an annual trip. So on Monday, we become serious about weight loss. So we have a separate group for weight loss. And there, unashamedly, whatever is our weight, everyone has to put a picture. Men, women, I don't care. We're not here to judge each other. Oh, you don't look that fat, but you are. Just don't think about it. The thing is, from Monday, we have to put our weight, whether we are in our 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 100 plus, I don't care. Put our weight, put our genuine record of steps taken. So for everyone, you have a weekend ahead, find whatever app works on your phone. If you have a smartwatch, okay. Otherwise, you have to share the number of steps you've taken. Slowly, we'll walk this journey. We are going to meet each other on the 14th or on the 12th of May at Rishikesh. And each one of us who's got weight issues, and I can tell you proudly, my manifestation is so good. When I started the book with Luke Cotino on the 12th of January, and I was like, okay, this is what people feel. Okay, let me feel it. How does acid feel? How does reflux feel? Okay, how does this feel? And I invited all of that happily on myself. Until 3 days ago, my weight was 8 kilos up. Now it's 10 kilos up. And I'm like, wow, 10 kilos in like 2 months. Amazing weight gain. But I can promise you, I will be showing my weight to each one of you who is in the group on Monday. And I can promise you the same me would have come down by 10 kilos in the next 2 months, come what may. Weight losing is the easiest thing, mind you, but continuing it is what is a challenge. But if we have it to the right lifestyle, no dietitians, no gym, you if you work out, fine. But otherwise, let's go simply, just start. Even if we lose a kilo or 2 kilos a month, it's fine. Small steps but continuous steps will make us lose weight. So, ladies and gentlemen, gear up for this journey. Whoever has weight issues, weight is just in the mind. We need to drop our inhibitions. We need to drop our layers of protection that we've harnessed. And I can promise you, we will be on this journey coming Monday. Come what may, we will do it. Because I know very well that all of us, if we decide to do something, it's a cakewalk. We can all do it. It's not a tough thing. I never thought a woman like me who's used to luxury will get out of comfort zone, travel 700 kilometers a day, meet like officers who are not even like, I mean, I can't even say what, but I'm enjoying myself. It's a new journey. And I'm not judging myself. I'm not judging the people I'm working with. So what? That's my business and that's how it's going to be. So let's stop becoming judgmental. Let's stop embracing life and let's start embracing challenges. And we're here to transform our lives. We're not here to just do one more course and move on and then try something else and try something else. The thing which here is that all of us need to realize that weight loss is important, not because you want to look pretty and handsome or whatever. It's important to embrace a life of healthy body. Because if people have a milestone to go on to 1 years of journey or however long, you've got to realize that you've got to invest in your body now. Every day in the morning, you get an MIS score. What is an MIS score? It's a magical investment score. You're magically investing into your body, your lifestyle, into your minds. So, one thing is forget, drop all the barriers. This beautiful book by Dr. Murphy, or The Heart Thoughts by Louis Hay, or The Magical Weight Loss Pill by Luke Cotino, all of these, or the Ikigai, all of these are going to help us inch closer to our life's purpose. Only gaining money, earning money is not the end. Enjoying that money is very important. Also, I've decided to put a picture every single day of what my life has been, how it's been. I'm telling you, I'm really blessed. I again repeat that because I have always been blessed. Despite belonging to a Marwadi family, um, Jain background, whatever, I've had the privilege to do whatever I wanted whenever. I'm a mother to two daughters. Muskan's 18, Tavishi's almost 14. Yet I've managed my life beautifully. And if you meet my daughters, they'll be like, Mama is such a chilled out, cool dude. We are friends forever. Of course, there are days when I'm a tough mother, but believe me, balancing your family life, your professional life, and your personal life is very easy. Spiritually, we all have to grow because just being living this life of how many ever years is not the purpose. You've got to make your soul richer. And how do you do that? Let's become givers. Start expressing yourselves very openly. Get active on Facebook. Here on the WhatsApp group, a lot of information is coming. But let's go proactive on Facebook. I still see only a gratitude takeaways and affirmations. Let's move on. I'm very proud of Kuldeep ji. Diligently he's putting his assignments, and I'm like, wow, that's for me, that's something. If I can, I don't know how old Kuldeep ji you are. Really, I have no clue. We've been batchmates for 9 months. मेरा तो नया birth हुआ है 9 months में with Rahul sir. I have no clue what's your age, 54. But I am so inspired. We are 11 years apart. It's so beautiful to learn something new in your 50s. So I'm looking forward to this journey in 40s. And when I touch 50, I want to say this decade was one of the best decades I've learned so much in my life. So, I've had the best of life, guys, and that's what I believe that for all of us, we deserve the best of life. We deserve to break our barriers, shatter the glass ceiling, and just make a new tangent and make a new level for ourselves. So, just coming here and reading sessions is not the purpose. The purpose is to transform our life, and that's the purpose. So, whoever has whatever, and of course, I think even on Monday, I will start thrice a week discussing individual dreams. So if say Kiranmai has some dreams, I'm going to be talking about that, how we can help her reach her dreams. That's something we can discuss on Facebook only, because if Kiran's dreams come on Facebook, we all going to comment, yes, you can do it. Maybe this is a good idea. That's where we will motivate her. Why? Because in WhatsApp, it gets lost. On the Facebook, she can go click on her picture and see all her archiving. That's the reason we have a Sangh on Facebook. So this is going to start our journey. We finished 2 months of beautiful studying. 65 days done today, 121 days to go. I mean, total journey to go. So let's just get it. Let's gear up, because now you've graduated from your middle school. Now you're in the 7th to the 12th wala zone. 5 years to go in these less than 2 months. So come on, let's do it. And let's be there for each other. What is Sangh meant for? We're meant to transform each other, help each other. I'm very, very, very inspired by each one of you. When I see your posts, when I see your, it's wonderful how people are expressing and coming out of, people initially everyone is so modest, no, this is not me, that's not me. But now people are embracing, people are ready for compliments. Of course, I still see Anika is still in her zone. She's not sharing anything because I think she's still coy and shy and not expressive. I'm happy with Mudita has come out of her picture. I'm happy Rima has come out of it. Alifia has always been a giver. Payal, I don't see her coming up much. Radhika's art is brilliant, but she hasn't shared, she even shares her heart shaped puris, mutters, or whatever. It's inspirational. So start coming out of your comfort zone. Start sharing. Start sharing something that inspires you, something about your life which we don't know. Please get into expression, because believe you me, if you start expressing from your heart, from your mind, you will come a long way. First, to get out of your comfort zone is expression of whatever you wish. One picture a day about yourself now. I wanted initially to start the journey with something that you're inspired with. Like Rupal, I'm very, very proud of her. She shares inspirational stuff, her own girly gang picture. Fantastic. More power to Pratima ji. I've never seen what is a family like. None of your families, actually. Very few of you have shared your families because we're still not comfortable. Sangh is a family. We feeling like family, right? Almost all of a sudden, the bonding is becoming closer, closer, closer. So start sharing, guys. Start sharing a part of you every day on Facebook. One more thing, the gratitude journal is being shared by the guardians, and the affirmations is being shared by angels even now. Please move on. Become independent. It's all right if the group doesn't do very well. I don't care. You want to motivate each other, do it. Like my group is having a problem with me because I have not been very regular. They need to push me, but they're not, because they're like, she's our coach. No, I'm not your coach. I'm your co-seeker. Push me. If I'm not doing my assignments, banter the shit out of me. Just say, ma'am, you got to do it. Okay, fine. Whether I do it or not is alag. Try. Because when you become a giver, believe you become a receiver. So yes, start pushing each other. Start being there for each other. Don't throttle anyone like this, you have to no. We're all adults. We're not going to be throttled, but yes, we will be inspired by each other, and that's our duty. So let's become the givers. Let's start expressing. New members, as in anybody beyond our Sangh, no Kuldeep ji, only in our Sangh. So because this is our first time that we are going to be starting something new. This journey, like I have even and I want to ask you all, there's this girl called Rushleen Bakshi. She's my batchmate in BCI, and this girl's having problems with her confidence level, and she's been really telling me, please take me in for your classes. And I'm like, I can't take you mid session. but she's very anxious. I don't know if she'll be lost in our journey. Should I invite her as a special guest? Is it okay with all of you to have a new member coming in after half the journey? I wasn't ready for it, but I'm just thinking that if somebody really needs us, I think we should be there for her. So, okay, thank you. I will. Ritesh sir has a new duty now. We'll be adding Rushlina also. So, tomorrow, maybe Monday, she can join us because I will be on the move. I don't know internet. I don't want to start her time with, it's bad internet. So, maybe Monday we'll start her. And just let's get at it. All right then. Ritesh sir, enough of yarn, enough of thing from me. Let's talk about cleaning our liver. And it's not going to be easy to read about this chapter. You'll all be saying, even I have never done this ever, ever, ever. But I think that it's time that I need to do this also. It's probably a cue. So maybe Monday, the weight losing people should be probably doing this. Yeah, Pratima ji, even I thought so. When that girl reached out, I just thought that, okay, let me ask my son. I told her, I'll figure it out. Okay, so who's the reader of today? Neha Agarwal. Fantastic. Neha, I've unmuted you, but
Yes.
all right. Yes. So more power to each one of us as we read this chapter. And let's not do oohs and ahs. It's a science. Let's understand the science. It's a little long chapter, but let's go for it. Neha, over to you.
Yeah. Good morning, Prachi. Good morning,
Good
everyone.
morning.
Clean your liver. The liver has 500 different functions. These include the conversion of T3 to T4, cleansing, processing food, and removing toxins from the air we breathe. Apart from converting amino acids into proteins, the liver also produces bile, which helps digest fat. The gallbladder stores the bile, and every time you eat a meal that has fat, bile is used to break down the fat and facilitate the absorption of omega 3, omega 6, and fat soluble vitamins such as A, D, E, and K, which are vital for immunity, weight loss, and overall health. So, just cleansing the liver can do wonders for your health.
Yes, let's
Today,
continue.
today, all of us are exposed to many environmental toxins in our air and food, which causes problem in the liver. If you are tired all the time, no matter how much you sleep, how well you eat, and how much you exercise, it's possible you have a sluggish liver. If it isn't producing enough bile, your ducts might be getting blocked by gallstones, which are nothing but calcified deposits of cholesterol and bile salts. This would mean you don't digest fat correctly, become vitamin deficient, which lowers immunity, and most likely have cholesterol. Gallstones could be the waste material your liver produces, cleaning out the toxins from bad food and polluted air. When this happens, the bile finds a new pathway and uses the pancreas. Bile irritates the pancreas, causing inflammation and hampering insulin production.
I hope we're clear till now about what Lucas is trying to tell us. If not, let's reread it again. If anybody wants explanation, we'll do it. Otherwise, we'll continue. It's a long chapter. Yes, please go for it.
This is why you should flush out your liver by doing a cleanse. Initially, you could do it once every 2 to 3 weeks, and then after that, just once every 6 months. Keeping your liver in good shape is essential to enjoying a drink from time to time. To do this cleanse, you have to keep yourself free from 6 p.m. till 11 a.m. the next day. That's why I recommend you to do it on a Friday or Saturday evening. You're going to need three ingredients: Epsom salt, also called magnesium sulfate, which you can buy in 20-gram sachets from your chemist, a 250 ml bottle of extra virgin olive oil, and some fresh orange juice if you need it. When you wake up on Friday or Saturday, eat normally until lunch. After lunch, don't eat anything until 6 p.m. At this time, dissolve 20 grams of magnesium sulfate in 200 ml of water and have your first dose. Take a second dose of 20 grams in 200 to 250 ml of water at 8 p.m. At 8 p.m., consume approximately 175 ml of extra virgin oil. If you weigh more than 70 kg, you are going to need a little extra. If you are between 55 and 70 kilo, 175 ml is enough. And if you are lighter than 50 kilo, a little less will also do. Refer to the chart on page 171 for exact measurements. You can mix the oil with fresh orange or pineapple juice or even lemon water. I know it doesn't sound appetizing, but I've done it and it's not difficult at all. After you have this concoction at 10 p.m., immediately lie down on your right side because that's the side your liver is. You must keep your head propped up on pillows so that it is inclined. Stay like that for 30 minutes. In case you have gallstones, you're going to feel this flow through your body. Don't worry, you won't feel any pain at all. When you take Epsom salts, you may have bowel movement, which is completely normal. It indicates that you're flushing out toxins. The next step of the cleanse is to drink your third dose of Epsom salt water the next morning at 6 a.m. 2 hours later, take your last dose of the oil and juice mixture, but this time it will be less oil, about 75 ml. Then you wait for 2 hours and then take the final dose of Epsom salt and water. So there are 6 doses in all. It sounds like a lot, but doesn't feel like that when you are doing the cleanse. 1 hour after the sixth dose, break your cleanse with some fruits. After allowing enough time for the fruit to be digested, you can go back to having normal food, but in moderation.
So while Neha is taking a halt, I will make this chart for all of us to make it easy what time, what to start, when to start. And because Luke Cotino talks about doing on Friday and Saturday, we can take a poll in the weight loss group on when we want to do it. So whenever it's comfortable next week, we will do this so that all of us are on the same page. Let's go further.
What's going to happen throughout this process is that you are going to dilate your bile ducts, and the pressure in your liver and your gallbladder is going to force these gallstones out. On a normal day, it doesn't happen because you are constantly digesting and taking in toxins. You may even see some of the gallstones because a lot of them float. Some of them will be red or green and differ in size. You will, you will end up feeling light, energetic, and fantastic. You must keep a break of about 2 to 3 weeks because you also flush out a lot of vitamins and minerals in the process, which needs replenishing. After that, you need to keep a gap of 6 months between cleanses. You'll find that heart problems, diabetes, sugar levels, and weight problems all tend to get better. Don't do this cleanse on a busy weekend. Try to stay home as you may have to go to the washroom a lot. If you are taking any serious medications, check with your doctors first. I have used this with stage 3 and stage 4 cancer patients as well. But always make sure to run it past your doctor as he or she will have your detailed medical history. This liver cleanse isn't recommended for those who have undergone gallbladder removal. However, it can be done by those who do not have gallstones and are just looking at cleansing the liver for better health. Use only high quality extra virgin olive oil.
So, one thing is, this is not just for weight loss, it's for every single person. We do it once, we do it repeat in 3 weeks, and we repeat every 6 months. So, if you wish, we can take this up in the main group. If you wish, we can take it up on the side group, whatever. Because this is about curing our body, it's about internal detoxing the body, which is very important to just cleanse our liver. And liver is the most important in our body. Actually, everything is important, but liver is really, really important. So yes, let's do on the main group because we see Anshul and we see Ayushi and all mentioned, because this is very important. Yes, it's a challenge, but let's all do it together, hand in hand. Now let's read about the strategy. It's about curing ourselves. The schedule is very clear. 2 p.m. we start the liver cleanse. So 2 p.m. on the day that we decide. Most likely, let's pick up a Saturday if that's okay with everyone. but only if you're not going to party in the night. If you want to party in the night, let's pick up a weekday. So let's understand and then decide on the day. Please go with me as I go read the flow. So at 2 p.m. we'll keep our Epsom salt ready. So people who know about Epsom salt, we've already been using it on our full moon nights. We've been using it there for our detox, taking a shower with that because it's a very cleansing salt. It's available in any chemist shop you want to go, very reasonable. It's available. So mix 80 grams of it. They have sachets or however it comes. Now, Epsom salt and 800 ml of water. We're going to take 4 servings of 200 ml each. And after this, we'll keep the jar in the refrigerator to cool the liquid. Once it's cooled down, it's convenient to taste. At 6 p.m., we will drink 1 glass of this mixture and we will just prepare this ahead of time. So, single sachet, we mix it. So, if you have a weighing scale, you do that. Otherwise, pick up 20-gram sachets only. Let's read the next page. Then at 8 p.m. we will have the second dose. If we need, we'll go to the loo. At 9:45 we will have a second another. At 9:45 we'll prepare. Now this is tough, okay, but it's not as bad. We will prepare 175 ml, or if people on 171 chart, the weight chart is given. If you can look at it, so if you're above 70 kilos, you're going to look at 250 ml. So the weight has been given, and even the amount of oil has been given. So I know drinking 175 ml of oil or anything from 150 to 250 ml of oil is a lot. But how do we do it? We use pour this in a glass. We have fresh orange juice or sweet lime, nimbu pani, or whatever you want. Preferably Mosmi or Santra juice is what is advised. We add this to our virgin coconut olive oil and we mix in the mixie so that it's fully every single atom is intertwined. And now this medicine is ready. So imagine, say 150 ml or 250 ml of oil and about the same amount of juice, it's going to be like a half a liter concoction. But this is a medicine. What do we do? At 10 p.m., we're going to have the medicine very slowly. Then immediately we lie down on the right side for 30 minutes with our head up high on a pillow. So this is something we can prepone the timings if everyone's comfortable, because we tend to sleep a little earlier. But if this timing is suiting, I will postpone my sleeping time. It's not a problem. Then right side, whatever is here, we'll follow this exactly. We'll share this page with all of us. Then 6 a.m. when we wake up in the morning, we will have this. So maybe we're going to get 6:30 a.m. because we'll be doing a session to 6:30. 6:30, we take this third dose of Epsom salt. If we have diarrhea, we have nausea, we can go to the bathroom, whatever. At 8:30, we will take the dose number 5. And this time again, we have to go and have that 500 ml of juice. Not 500, this time it's become half. We do that and we're curing ourselves. By 10 a.m., we're having the fourth and the final dose, and by 11 a.m., we conclude the course. So it's going to be spanning over one day in a way, almost, say three-fourths of a day. Now let's read about it. We can postpone the entire schedule for a few hours if you go to bed late around midnight instead of 10 p.m. Even the interval between doses may be increased or decreased up an hour to suit individual requirements. So nothing is fixated. We can take it as per our thing. But if all of us are doing the same timeline, it'll be easier for us. It'll be like a reminder. We may reduce the doses of extra virgin oil and salt as follows. So somebody less than 55 kilos, you have to have 150 ml. Somebody between 55 70, it's 175 ml. Anybody beyond 70 kilos is 250 ml. So let's go for it and let's turn the page, Ritesh sir. Okay, so fine, great. This is what we'll be doing next week, and we'll decide on the date. You all have the pattern. Ritesh sir, let's move on to our beautiful book of subconscious mind. Yeah, Alifia, a lot of things in Luke's books are new, and a lot of things is something we've known but not known the science behind it. So I have so many books on health, I can't tell you. So when I had this beautiful disease of cancer, I have like a plethora of information because I believe in empowering myself with knowledge. But this book gave me solution for so much in life, and this is not that old a book. This is a much recent book. About, I think this must be 4 years old or something. I'm not even sure how old this book is. So yeah, it came in my life on May 20th, 2019. So I don't know how old is this book. It's just about 2 years old in my life, but it's done a lot of drama and good things already. All right. So let's read about these are stories again. We were continuing to yesterday's chapter where we're talking about how our subconscious mind is powerful and how people have used it, scientists have used it, archaeologists have used it, paleontologists have used it to take and construct their life. So, Neha, over to you on page number 152.
Yeah. How archaeologists and paleontologists reconstruct ancient scenes. These scientists know that their subconscious mind has a memory of everything that has ever transpired. As they study the ancient ruins and fossils through the imaginative perception, their subconscious mind aids them in reconstructing the ancient scenes. The dead past becomes alive and audible once more. Looking at these ancient temples and studying the pottery, statutory tools, and household utensils of these ancient times, the scientists tell us of an age when there was no language. Communication was done by grunts, groans, and signs. The keen concentration and disciplined imagination of the scientist awakens the latent powers of his subconscious mind, enabling him to clothe the ancient temples with roofs and surround them with gardens, pools, and fountains. The fossil remains are clothed with eyes, sinews, and muscles, and they again walk and talk. The past becomes a living present, and we find that in mind there is no time or space. Through disciplined, controlled, and direct imagination, you can be a companion of the most scientific and inspired thinkers of all time.
So again, we are being made to understand that if you have a perception, if you're imagining the perception, whatever you want comes true. So in this, they've even talked about the dead past becomes alive and audible once more. So if you're just looking at stuff, if you're imagining, if you're visualizing, if you have communication, things are happening. You are able to even connect with your loved ones. They are no longer there in this realm. You're able to connect with them. How? The power of your subconscious mind, the keen concentration and disciplined imagination of the scientist awakens the latent powers of his subconscious mind, which helps him to clothe the ancient temples with roofs, surround them with gardens, pools, and fountains. So everything is possible. The past becomes a living present, and we find that in mind there is no time or space. So please understand that we are in a time where it's timeless, it's spaceless. So right now you might find that okay, this is my life's purpose and this is how old I am, this is what I want to do. But when you become more spiritual, when you're in the next level, you will realize that you are inspirational yourself. You're a thinker and you're a doer and you're a receiver and you are an achiever because ultimately you will have excelled so much in your creative thinking, in your visualization, in your tuning with subconscious mind, that everything and anything feels possible, that life becomes magical and you are the creators. Next, this beautiful section, the story on how to receive guidance from your subconscious is very beautiful, and read it to understand it. Neha, go for it.
How to receive guidance from your subconscious. When you have what you term a difficult decision to make, or when you fail to see the solution to your problem, begin at once to think constructively about it. If you are fearful and worried, you are not really thinking. True thinking is free from fear. Here is a simple technique you can use to receive guidance of any object or subject. Quiet the mind and still the body. Tell the body to relax. It has to obey you. It has no volition, initiative, or self conscious intelligence. Your body is an emotional disk which records your beliefs and impressions. Mobilize your attention, focus your thought on the solution to your problem. Try to solve it with your conscious mind. Think how happy you would be about the perfect solution. Sense the feeling you would have if the perfect answer were yours now. Let your mind play with this mood in a relaxed way, then drop off to sleep. When you awaken and you do not have the answer, get busy about something else. Probably when you are preoccupied with something else, the answer will come into your mind like toast pops out of a toaster. In receiving guidance from the subconscious mind, the simple way is the best. This is an illustration. I once lost a valuable ring, which was an heirloom. I looked everywhere for it and could not locate it. At night, I talked to the subconscious in the same manner that I would talk to anyone. I said it I said to it prior to dropping off to sleep, you know all things, you know where that ring is, and now reveal to me where it is. In the morning I awoke suddenly with the words ringing in my ear, ask Robert. I thought it was very strange that I should ask Robert, a young boy about 9 years of age. However, I followed the inner voice of intuition. Robert said, oh yes, I picked it up in the yard, and while I was playing with the boys, I placed it on the desk in my room. I did not know it worth anything, so I did not say anything about it. The subconscious mind will answer if you trust it.
So I'll tell you a very interesting story about this. So subconscious mind is always working. Subconscious mind is a mind that connects you to, even the people that you've lost. So as you all know, I've lost Rishi 3 years ago. So when we lost him in March, obviously he was 34 years old. He was running his factory. He had his own apartment, and we had no clue he's going right. So everything was unsaid. He had money in his locker. We did not know the locker code. Did not know how to open it. There were so many. His laptop was locked, and there was no password. None of us knew it. So, very surprisingly, that time, my mom was never spiritual at all. But Rishi was a love of her life. And now we know he was a soulmate for like 7 lives before. We've gone through it with her. So now this lady, she said, okay, Rishi, I know Babu, you're around me. I know you just, and this is after we released Rishi, So if people attended the session with with the loved ones, so we met Rishi's soul 3 weeks after we lost him. So then that's when we released him and everything. So Mama just started asking him, baby, what's the password? What do you think the password is? Or Mona, where are the keys? Or, Baba, okay, what do you think the laptop thing could be? And every time Mama would ask him a question, the reply would come to her either at night or in the day or wherever, and she would just write it down. And and she thought that Rishi's answering. Rishi did answer, but it was her subconscious mind which allowed her to connect with him, not the conscious mind. Consciously, she thought about it that, okay, I need the solution. But she used to go in like tranquility, and I used to tell her, Mama, Aram se baith jao, ask the question, and the answer will come. And she herself got all the passwords, where the keys will be, or and he also left her a message, and Mama, if you open my GK Homes locker, you will find an envelope for you. In that, I've written that my mom loved crossover bags, and she was liking a Louis Vuitton bag. And he's like, Mama, there's money of that Louis Vuitton bag in that locker, in that envelope. And you have to buy that because that's my last gift to you. So when Mama got the envelope and she told this to us, and she's like, okay, this is a password. We went and opened his apartment. We punched that password. We cracked through, and we tried a lot of passwords before. And surprisingly, it wasn't getting locked either, like, fully like locked. And we found that envelope. So much was happening. This is all the power of a subconscious mind. It is just us as normal human beings who have this power inside us. We don't need to become a therapist. We don't need to become a healer. We don't need to go to channels. We have this inside us, and it will reveal itself when we believe in it. And when you get answers, please remember, always thank your subconscious mind. Always thank the universe. Acknowledgement is paramount importance. Don't negate it. Let's read another story.
His subconscious revealed the location of his father's will. A young man who attends my lectures had this experience. His father died and apparently left no will. However, this man's sister told him that the father had confided to her that a will had been executed which was fair to all. Every attempt to locate the will failed. Prior to sleep, he talked to his deeper mind as follows. I now turn this request over to the subconscious mind. It knows just where the will is and reveals it to me. Then he condensed his request down to one word, answer, repeating it over and over again as a lullaby. He lulled himself to sleep with the word answer. The next morning, this young man had an overpowering hunch to go to a certain bank in the Los Angeles, where he found a safe deposit vault registered in the name of his father, the contents of which solved all his problems. Your thought, as you go to sleep, arouses the powerful latency which is within you. For example, let us suppose you are wondering whether to sell your home, buy a certain stock, save a partnership, move to New York, or stay in Los Angeles, dissolve the present contract, or take a new one. Do this. Sit quietly in your armchair or at the desk in your office. Remember that there is a universal law of action and reaction. The action is your thought, the reaction is the response from your subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is reactive and reflexive. This is its nature. It rebounds, rewards, and repays. It is the law of correspondence. It responds by corresponding. As you contemplate right action, you will automatically experience a reaction or response in yourself which represents the guidance or answer of your subconscious mind.
This is the most important paragraph in this story. So, firstly, your thought as you go to sleep arouses the powerful latency which is within you. So, the minute you give a thought and you sleep over it, you're arousing that in your subconscious mind. Whatever questions you have, whatever doubts you have, when you wake up in the morning or maybe even at night, you will get the answer. Secondly, your action is your thought. So, whatever you're acting is your thought. The reaction is a response from your subconscious mind. So, what have you done? कर्मा बोलते ना करो. So, आपने एक thought ली है. वो thought आपका action है. And whatever your mind is telling you, that is your response. So, please understand that. Secondly, the subconscious mind is reactive and reflexive. This is its nature. हमारा subconscious mind, it reacts very, very easily. It reflects very, 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 very easily. It rebounds, it rewards, it repays. It's a law of correspondence. Whatever you want for it to correspond, it will tell you. Whatever answers you want, it will give you. The right action, the right experience, the right whatever guidance you want, it will come to you very, very beautifully. Just intertwine and ask for it. Last paragraph for this section.
In seeking guidance, you simply think quietly about right action, which means that you are using the infinite intelligence resident in the subconscious mind to the point where it begins to use you. From there on, your course of action is directed and controlled by the subjective wisdom within you, which is all wise and omnipotent. Your decision will be right. There will only be the right action because you are under a subjective compulsion to do the right thing. I use the word compulsion because the law of subconscious is compulsion.
So simply start seeking guidance. I'm telling you, you will come to a point very soon in life where you will not need guidance from your parents, your children, your spouses, your mentors, because you will be mentoring yourself. You will know automatically that, okay, my subconscious mind has the right solution for me. It will guide me exactly what should be the right process. You will start, you like, there are people amongst you all who keep asking me 10 questions, 20 questions, 30 questions, because they haven't yet used the subconscious mind's power. They think Prachi ma'am has all the answers. Guys and girls, I will only be guiding you as per my knowledge. But your subconscious mind is the biggest guide ever. Please start meditating. And for meditation, I'm telling you, there's a world of meditation everywhere. I'm a very strong believer of this beautiful app called Insight Timer. It's about 5,000 bucks a year, I think, the subscription charge. And you have access to zillions of meditations on that. So I'm like a crazy person when it comes to meditation. Do whatever works for you. But meditation will help you center yourself, align yourself, balance yourself. And even people, when I go to the factory, in the car, you can just do it free, like, just sit down and do it. You don't need to sit in a quiet place. Meditation is all about the mind. Even if there's traffic happening, you can still do it. It's possible. So don't waste your extra time. Just do it. It's really lovely. Okay, Rupal is saying there's a free part also. So go for it. It's really nice, but make a time for yourself. Let the timer ring. So there are days, I paid for it, but I don't even do it because I forget. So then I start putting a reminder. Okay, this is my meditation time. Choose something new. Of course, I have my playlist in it, but choose. So either, or even go on YouTube. Just type Hindi meditation, meditation in English. You'll find like a world of meditations freely available. The only thing about YouTube is if you aren't a paid subscriber, you're not a premium member, the ads start coming. So that's the only problem. So then either go for premium membership. So if you want to have tranquility, you've got to, actually, with premium membership, the advantage in YouTube is you can download them in your playlist, and they'll play for you like forever, like for a month at least. So yeah, that's an advantage. So start taking guidance from your subconscious mind. With this, we'll close today's chapter, or let's see. All right, let's read this last story also. Secret of Guidance.
The secret of guidance or right action is to mentally devote yourself to the right answer until you find its response in you. The response is a feeling, an inner awareness, an overpowering hunch whereby you know what you know. You have used the power to point where it begins to use you. You cannot possibly fail or make one false step while operating under the subjective wisdom within you. You will find that all your ways are pleasantness and all your paths are peace.
So, yes, this is how beautiful it is. We have wisdom inside us, we have peace inside us, we have a path inside us. All we have to do is ask for it. If I want peace, if I want wisdom, if I want guidance, all I have to do is ask. It'll channelize me in the right direction. For example, Anchal writes something. She asked her subconscious mind, and then the sun came up to her. This was the answer to her prayers. She used the power of her subconscious mind. So, your subconscious mind will tell you, okay, this is the coach you need to join now. This is what you need to do now. This is what you don't want to do now. Ask it. Sometimes we let our objectives decide for us कि okay मुझे अब इसमें नहीं interest है, I can't give time, okay let me move on. But if you ask your subconscious mind, it'll say no, stick on. It'll give you so much more in life, you have no idea. So start asking your subconscious mind for answers. Don't always just become practical. I am a person who's very practical, but I'm also a person who is very much with my subconscious mind. I let my subconscious mind decide. Like, I'll tell you something. Today and tomorrow, we don't have a session in the evening because I know I have seen even yesterday with Rahul sir, I couldn't put on the video on and I couldn't do a session with him. Like, we were moving. Similarly, today I know I can't do the session because I will be from one village to another. I can't do 1.5 hour session. I'm feeling so bad that there will be no session because even Shweta is busy. So for the first time, we're going to take a break for today and tomorrow. And I'm just feeling guilty. But now, the minute I asked my subconscious mind last night, a day before night, that I could see this coming up. And I had the answer. Okay, you have one person, Mukta Didi, as a backup. Ask her, she will say yes. I haven't even asked her right now, that can you do this for us? Can you partner with us for the evening sessions? But believe you me, I'll tell you the news tomorrow. Made a WhatsApp group in the morning. She will be on board. I know it because once she'd expressed long back, Radni ji is in our group. She will be on board in a couple of months. People are ready for this journey to become a giver. If they give 1.5 hours in the evening, some people are happy to teach, happy to coach. Why not? My purpose, my intention is very clear. Ultimately, I want Born One to One for Life to have these evening sessions of Magic Book in all possible languages. We will give you the right person who will host the session. We'll give you the internet access, the Zoom account, everything. Just do it is our intention. And that's how it's going to be. You wait and watch. Because if the intentions are clear, if your purpose is clear, that you want people to have magic in their life, why will you not get success? And that's also absolutely, selfless. There's nothing called your personal monetary gains. So obviously it has to grow. So that's what I'm trying to say. Please use your subconscious mind. It'll give you the right channel, it'll give you the right purpose, the right path, the right direction. Whatever I've introduced you in spirituality on Sundays will make you come closer to your spirit, will make you come to closer to your thing. Even the book Ikigai, some people think it's going bouncer maar raha hai upar se. Okay, no problem, padho to sahi, effort to karo, you will find your purpose. That's how beautiful it is. We will discuss about these highlights tomorrow. We will read them and analyze them rather than doing it today in a hurry. So, Ritesh sir will conclude on this page number 156 beginning. Tomorrow we start from the highlights. And today we will take our journey in Ikigai forward. There's a reason why I'm dividing these books into two sections. Doing a full chapter in one day is a little heavy on the mind. So you need freshness. So you listen to two stories, understand the part of it, subconscious mind, then you move on to Ikigai, where you talk about your life's purpose. Now that's the advantage about flowing from one book to another. You know that you want to develop in life, you know you have so much of power, and you're just taking advantage and moving up, up and up. And Preeti, you have been a beautiful child. As a child, also you've used your subconscious mind, not knowing the sciences, but you find solutions and now you can link them together. The science is not something that we need to only learn and then it comes operational. We've already had it. So yesterday we talked about the strategy number two, where how we can concentrate, how we can be vague, how we can subtune, and how we can work on our life. Today is very beautiful, and this is especially important for all women because women are termed as multitaskers. That they can do so much together. Today, please understand the science. Strategy number three: concentrate on a single task. Even my coach RJ, a lot of us are BCA alumni. We've been told very categorically one thing. It's by Gary Keller, a book also. So one thing at a time. Let's understand this science. Strategy number three: concentrate on a single task. Neha, go for it.
This is perhaps one of the greatest obstacles we face today with so much technology and so many distractions. We are We are listening to a video on YouTube while writing an email when suddenly a chat prompt pops up and we answer it. Then our smartphone vibrates in our pocket. Just as soon as we respond to that message, we are back at a computer logging onto Facebook. Pretty soon, 30 minutes have passed and we've forgotten what the email we were writing was supposed to be about. This also happens sometimes when we put on a movie with dinner and don't realize how delicious the salmon was until we are taking the last bite. We often think that combining tasks will save us time, but scientific evidence shows that it has the opposite effect. Even those who claim to be good at multitasking are not very productive. In fact, they are some of the least productive people. Our brains can take in millions of bits of information, but can only actually process a few dozen per second. When we say we are multitasking, what we are really doing is switching back and forth between tasks very quickly. Unfortunately, we are not computers adept at parallel processing. We end up spending all our energy alternating between tasks instead of focusing on doing one of them well. Concentrating on one thing at a time may be the single most important factor in achieving flow. According to Sisson Mehali, in order to focus on a task, we need first to be in a distraction free environment, second, to have control over what we are doing at every moment.
So I'll tell you something. Our coach has changed our lives. All of us who are here can validate that, he's been a taskmaster, but ultimately we all have achieved our life goals. One science he taught all of us is check in a hotel and just switch off from your family, your mobiles go off, and you have no distraction. You're just concentrating on that one thing of creating your businesses. This way, we are in control of every moment. Whenever I've had hotel check ins, I've had thrice, and they have been magical. I have been able to update whatever was missing in 1 month I couldn't do. I'm able to do in that 2.5, 3 day gap window because it's magical. And when you don't have internet with you, it's very, very important not to have internet all the time. So what this is happening in the left page, if you read about Facebook, prop-ups, notifications, if possible, I've said this before also, switch off your notifications for any social media, be it Twitter, be it Facebook, be it Instagram, be it WhatsApp, have zero notifications. In fact, Rahul sir says delete email from your mobile phones. Just have scheduled time for them. And you will read about that in the coming chapter. How it's wonderful and how it's distractive. Everything can be used. Let's read about this. Technology is great.
Technology is great if we are in control of it. If it's not so great if it takes control of us. For example, if you have to write a research paper, you might sit down at your computer and use Google to look up the information you need. However, if you're not very disciplined, you might end up surfing the web instead of writing that paper. In that case, Google and the internet will have taken over, pulling you out of your state of flow. It has been scientifically shown that if we continually ask our brains to switch back and forth between tasks, we waste time, make more mistakes, and remember less of what we've done. Several studies conducted at Stanford University by Clifford Iverness describe a generation as suffering from an epidemic of multitasking. One such study analyzed the behavior of hundreds of students, dividing them into groups based on the number of things they tended to do at once. The students who were the most addicted to multitasking typically alternated among more than four tasks. For example, taking notes while reading a textbook, listening to a podcast, answering messages on their smartphone, and sometimes checking the Twitter timeline. Each group of students was shown a screen with several red and several blue arrows. The objective of the exercise was to count the red arrows. At first, all students answered correctly right away without much trouble. As the number of blue arrows increased, the number of red arrows stayed the same, only their position changed. However, the students accustomed to multitasking had serious trouble counting the red arrows in the time allotted or as quickly as the students who did not habitually multitask for one very simple reason. They got distracted by the blue arrows. Their brains were trained to pay attention to every stimulus regardless of its importance, while the brains of the other students were trained to focus on a single task. In this case, counting the red arrows and ignoring the blue ones. Other studies indicate that working on several things at once lowers the productivity by at least 60% and the IQ by more than 10 points. One study
So
funded by the
one thing. So please understand the science. Women and men, some people think, oh, we are multitaskers, we can do everything. But if you actually divide what you've done with multitasking, vis-a-vis doing everything one thing at a time, you will remember and you will see that your productivity is far more when you're doing one thing at a time. Because then your 100% focus is on that. I'll even tell you simple science in my batch of students, Rahul sir's batch. There are so many people who are in their offices keeping their laptop screens off, who are on the phone, or who are talking to their office people. They can't absorb Rahul sir's science because they're not with him in the moment. Anything done live at the moment with full attention will get you much more results. You'll be able to get the science in your head. When you're multitasking, you cannot get the results. You cannot multitask. I'm telling you, women especially have this thing. I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing. If you divide your time, if you schedule your day or your life, you will be able to balance your family, your work, your profession, your leisure time also. So remember, try and take multitasking off your life. If you want to give that 1.5 hour for morning session, please give that 1.5 time rather than doing something, something, something. And this, for most of us, like only 7, 8 people are non-residents of India. We are in this morning zone. Nobody is here right now. This is your time. Study rather than preparing up for your clothes. Do that beforehand. When you multitask, you're not able to understand the science, because very few of you will go back and reread the lessons. So when you're in it, at least be in it, understand it. Then you become the 100% student, Even this 1 hour, 20 minutes chapter, you'll be able to understand and take the sciences back. People who falter, who miss, and who say we'll catch up on YouTube, not happening, boss. वो होता ही नहीं है. There will be a lot of hand raises if I ask you, if you miss a session, have you always completed 100%? They'll, it'll not happen. And even if it happens, you're again multitasking. You may have done the session, but not absorbed the science. So please remember, if you want to transform your lives, stop multitasking. Let's understand further.
One study funded by the Swedish Council for Working Life and Social Research found that a sample group of more than 4,000 young adults between the age of 20 and 24 who were addicted to the smartphones got less sleep, felt less connected to their community at school, and were more likely to show signs of depression.
So let me take you to this chart. So we're comparing single task, how you work on it versus multitasking. So when you're achieving a single task, you're achieving flow. You're just flowing with it. But if you're multitasking, obviously you can't flow in anything. You'll be just dividing your energy. Similarly, productivity is much higher when you are in a single task and much lower when you are multitasking. That's a scientific study. Then, in the first act where single task is being done, your power of retention, of understanding, absorbing is so amazing. There are some students in schools who only attend the lectures in school. They don't study too much at home, but they get 90%. Why? Because the absorption retention power is amazing. So when you are in a class, give it 100% attention. If you're in a meeting, give it 100% attention. If you're with your child, switch off your phone, listen to just her. Don't listen to your laptops, your mobiles, your husband, or your anyone else. Then if you are multitasking, you will not be able to remember. Your child will say, Mama, I said this to you. I have no memory. When did you say? Because you're multitasking in your mind. When you're single tasking, you're not going to make mistakes. There will maybe mistakes with very less because you have absorbed, taken it right. But if you're multitasking, you'll have many, many mistakes. When you're single tasking, you're calm, controlled, because मुझे one thing करना है. But when you are like doing two things, I'm stressed. मुझे ये भी करना है, ये भी करना है, ये भी करना है. कैसे हो, कैसे हो, कैसे होगा? And then it starts controlling you. You're unable to control it. Then they become the controllers. When you're single tasking, it'll cause you to concentrate more, full attention to even people around you because you are concentrating. Otherwise, when you're multitasking, you may hurt your DME, your assistants, you may hurt your family, you may hurt other people because you're not being able to give them time. You need stimulus, mental stimulus, and you're going on social media. Okay, what's happening? What's happening? And that's taking time away. And when you're single tasking, your creativity flow is at it. When you are multitasking, it'll just bring down your creativity. So remember, don't fall victim to this. It's a science. It's a science which you need to learn now. If you haven't done it, no problem. At least do it now. That's why scheduling is very important. My coach always says, schedule your day. Make batches. This is my time for this. This is my time for this. Give a variety. So initially, when we discussed in the first few chapters, days, I shared my schedule with you. And believe you me, people tell me, Prachi, how do you have 48 hours? I don't have 48 hours. I only have 24 hours. But my Bauji has taught me from my childhood, timetable hona chahiye. School mein hai to ghar mein bhi hona chahiye. This is time with Bauji. This is time for dinner. This is time for my book reading. This is time for my sleeping. You have to have a time scheduled. Now I'm able to balance my family. Why? Because an evening 1 hour with my family is precious. And that's rather than giving time 5 minutes throughout the day, the mother time is this time. And that's beautiful. If you schedule, even खाने पीने में हम इतना time waste करते हैं, body को जरूरत भी नहीं है, फिर भी society ने बोला हुआ है चाहिए तो चाहिए. Ask your body ना कितना खाना चाहिए, कब चाहिए, क्या जरूरत है हर समय खाना देने की. Change your perceptions about your body, about your food, about life, and your life will change. Ask your subconscious mind, what do I need? Ask your body, are you hungry or is it water hunger? Start asking questions, become a seeker. The minute you're a seeker, your life will give you so many answers. Let's conclude this chapter. Please read it.
What can we do to avoid falling victims to this flowing, impending epidemic? How can we train our brains to focus on a single task? Here are a few ideas for creating a space and time free of distractions to increase our chances of reaching a state of flow and thereby getting in touch with our ikigai. Don't look at any kind of screen for the first hour you are awake and the last hour before you go to sleep. Turn
Okay,
off your
this is
phone.
one second. This is very important for everyone. And I can tell you something. I've been with you guys for 2 months. Shweta knows me before that. Ask her. When we were doing this, I said my mobile is off, Shweta. 7 o'clock to 7 o'clock, मेरा mobile चलता ही नहीं है because social media is off. 12 घंटे विश्राम. No social media. People know they want to call me, they can call me, and only till 9 o'clock because I sleep by then. Morning 3 o'clock, I'm up. 3:40, I'm up. Nobody can do anything. That's my time. Abhi, the minute I've gone on social media, not switched off my phone, which is 2 months now, it's almost 2 months, just see my body has gone haywire too. The same me attracted manifestation. Okay, I want to feel this with Luke Cortino. I put on weight. I'm giving more time to my food because I'm not being sattvic right now. I'm not being, so your entire body will go for a toss. If you can detox from your screen time, if you can fix timings, like in iPhones they have this a phase where you can just make it evening mode and you will not be distracted. Do that in Androids. Create yourself, switch off voluntarily. So please remember, you have to finish your screen time. The blue radiation is not good for your eyes. You have to turn off your phone to achieve flow, because if you are playing on your phone till night, you will not be so interactive. You will be energetic, that's fine, but you will not get flow. Let's read further.
Turn off your phone before you achieve flow. There is There is nothing more important than the task you have chosen to do during this time. If this seems too extreme, enable the do not disturb function so only the people closest to you can contact you in case of emergency. Design it one day of the week, perhaps Saturday or Sunday, a day of technological fasting, making exceptions only for e-readers without Wi-Fi or MP3 players. Go to a cafe that doesn't have Wi-Fi. Read and respond to email only once or twice per day. Define those times clearly and stick to them. Try the Pomodoro technique. Get yourself a kitchen timer. Some are made to look like a Pomodoro or tomato and commit to working on a single task as long it's running. The Pomodoro technique recommends 25 minutes of work and 5 minutes of rest for each cycle, but you can also do 50 minutes of work and 10 minutes of rest. Find the pace that's best for you. The most important thing is to be disciplined in completing each cycle.
So one thing more, in the Pomodoro technique, it's like a tomato which comes with a timer. It's a kitchen timer, which people use in their offices as well. So 50 minutes is, even in the multinationals, 50 minutes is supposed to be on the desk and then it rings. Does that mean? Take a walk in your cabin, stretch your arms, drink water, because in the flow you forget to even drink water. You even forget to stretch your muscles because they become so tight and stiff. That's why it's important to take a Vishram of every 15 minutes. It's very, very important to do this. Okay, let's read more.
Start your work session with a ritual you enjoy and end it with a reward. Train your mind to return to the present when you find yourself getting distracted. Practice mindfulness or another form of meditation. Go for a walk or a swim, whatever will help you get centered again.
So we have to train our mind, we have to align our mind, we have to meditate, because to get mindfulness, you have to meditate. There is no option. Don't do your meditations yourself if you're not good at it. It's okay. Do somebody else's. But अपने affirmations जरूर करो. Creative visualization में please मैं दोबारा repeat कर रही हूँ. I'm saying today a little in Hindi because some of you prefer a little Hindi. People who have problem with Hindi, please let me know. I'll switch over again. If you have 10 affirmations or you have 10 dreams, say one dream and then give 1 minute by the clock to visualize it. Do this every single day. So if you have 10 dreams, it's just 10 minute, 11 minutes, your dream, your creative visualization. Similarly, create a loop of affirmations. This is something everyone can do. But if you're unable to meditate on your own voice because uh, it's not so soothing for you, please pick up outside meditations. Just do it. I'm happy to record one and send it in case you don't find something comfortable. But please remember three things together for mindfulness: your affirmations. Your affirmations can go on a loop whenever you're doing whatever. You're running, you're gymming, you're baking, you're cooking, whatever you're doing, even in your bathing ritual, have it on. I prefer doing the Ho'oponopono meditation. That's a ritual for me for bathing, but you can decide whatever works for you. So please remember, you have to get mindful. So rather than your mind talking to each other, put on your affirmations. At least the positive stuff is going in your mind. It is getting intertwined in your subconscious mind. So creative visualization, very important. Your affirmations, very important. And your meditation, very important. Once you do this, there's nothing which is stopping you. You're unstoppable. Okay, let's read further.
Work in a space where you will not be distracted. If you can't do this at home, go to a library, a cafe, or if your task involves playing the saxophone, a music studio. If you find that your surroundings continue to distract you, keep looking until you find the right place. Divide each activity into groups of related tasks and assign each group its own place and time. For example, if you're writing a magazine article, you could do research and take notes at home in the morning, write in the library in the afternoon, and edit on the couch at night. Bundle routine tasks such as sending out invoices, making phone calls, and so on, and do them all at once.
This is called batching. So if you have your routine task time, you want to give out invoices, making phone calls, whatever, schedule a time. So that's going to be important. Okay, for this, that's why I said do a WhatsApp group. So you can do your batching there also. So for example, what we learned from Rahul, so I'm sharing with you all. So if you make your 10 groups of whatever, divide them. So if you know this is my office oriented work, go on that, send a voice note. WhatsApp has a voice note, right? Use that as you don't want to type that time. Okay, just use a voice note. Later on time, have time for reflection. Okay, what did I have to do in factory? Okay, time for my note taking. What did I have to do for kids? This. What did I have to do for my personal stuff? This way you're very focused into your life, and you will never forget anything because you're immediately doing a voice note. So remember, that's very, very, very important. Your routine tasks have to be coordinated. You have to be planning them. Now let's talk about the difference between advantages of flow and distraction. So when you're flowing in something together, you have a focused mind, you're living in the present, you're free from worries, the hours just fly back, you feel in control, you're prepared thoroughly. Disadvantage are you have a wandering mind. Now it's here, now it's there. Thinking about the past and the future, you're not in the moment. You can't live the moment. Then you're concerned about your daily life. You're concerned about the people around us. Okay, what will he think? What will she think? And every minute you're like very restless because it just is endless. It's not productive, and we lose control and we fail to complete the task given to us because we are multitasking. It's very funny how people don't even know this thing is so simple. None of us probably knew it until things come to us written. And when we are distracted, we are not prepared. We don't know what's coming our way. Second page also has a continuation. Let me conclude that also. Ritesh sir, please change. So when you're flowing, you know that you should be doing something given at that moment. Your mind is clear, it overcomes any obstacles because you're flowing in thought. You're very pleasant, you're happy about it. And there's nothing called ego. It just fades because we're not the ones controlling the activity. We know subconscious mind is helping us and it's leading us. There's a divine energy. Like, in this morning session, I can't tell you, there's so much divinity. I mean, people think I prepared the session, but my mind automatically says this is not concluded. It'll come in the next chapter, or it'll come in the next page. It just happens organically, and all of us get the right vibes, the hard thoughts also. Now, what is the disadvantage when we are distracted? We are stuck many times. We don't know what to go further. We have doubts, we have concerns, our self-esteem is low, life becomes boring, exhausting, and we criticize ourselves. Our ego is present and we feel frustrated. So what happens with people, like I'll again give you a science in my batchmates. So the same thing will happen with you all in Sangha. In my batch, a lot of people haven't done their systems because they haven't ballpark given time energy. They haven't done hotel check-ins. They haven't used their own energy, and they say, hota nahi hai, I'm going to schedule it, it is not happening. They're far from the business is becoming autopilot. Why? Because they haven't scheduled it. They have been multitasking and they feel, oh, I've done so much but I haven't been able to do this simple stuff. Do a hotel check-in. For all of you, I'm not saying do a hotel check-in, but give yourself a 2 3 4 hour window where your children are off to the schools and you have your time to plan your life. Just plan your life. Even your everyday, if you're a homemaker or an entrepreneur, plan your life. This way, when you flow, life will become so beautiful, so amazing, and it'll be free of distractions. At this note, we'll conclude today's chapter of Ikigai and we'll take it up tomorrow, how they flow in Japan. It's very, very beautiful. That also, we'll read about this tomorrow. And now we will conclude our chapter. Thank you, Neha, for being the most voracious and the most amazing reader. Fantastic pronunciations, fantastic pauses. I loved it, completely loved it.
Thank you, Prachi. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much. God bless you. I need some reader for Hard Thought. All right, then. Any reader for the Hard Thought? Okay, Neha, your hand goes down. Lower hand. Anybody quick, fast? Somebody's hand go up. Rupal. Thank you, darling. Though I wanted new readers, but I'm glad Rupal has put in because nobody's hand was going up. All right. So today is a chapter about letting go. I think again the divine blessing that all of us have been sticking on and holding on to our lives, like with a very tight, fisted approach. Okay, I can't let go, and that's why it's been cluttered, chaotic. You have been distracted. You're not being able to flow. So letting go is extremely important. If you still have a habit that you are doing, ask yourself, how does it serve you? What do you get out of it? If you no longer had it, what would happen? Very often people say, my life would be better. Why do you believe that you don't deserve to have better life? That's how important it is. Let's go for it. The hard thought, the affirmation today is I let go of the need for this condition in my life. Rupal, go for it.
I let go of the need for this condition in my life. We create habits and patterns because they serve us in some way. Sometimes we are punishing someone or loving someone. It is amazing the number of illnesses created because we want to punish a parent or love a parent. I'm going to have diabetes just like my daddy because I love my daddy. It may not always be on a conscious level, but when we start looking within, we will find the we will find the pattern. We often create negativity because we do not know how to handle some area of our lives. We need to ask ourselves, what am I feeling sorry about? Who am I angry at? What am I trying to avoid? How will this save me? If we are not ready to let something go, really wanting to hold on to it because it serves us, it doesn't matter what we do, it will not work. When we are ready to let it go, it is amazing how the smallest thing can help us release it.
So I think we are pretty clear that its life is easy, only that we are complicating it, that we are feeling sorry about something and we are not being able to let go. We are also attracting illnesses in our body because the love for a family probably is so important that unknowingly, subconsciously, you've put the seeds in your mind that this is hereditary. So some people say, the eyesight is hereditary, or the diabetes is hereditary, or the weight issue is hereditary, because you can't let go of the fact that it's just something in your family. It's not to do with you. So please remember, you have to let go. These patterns are something which you can break very, very, very easily. If you decide to break the pattern will be broken. It's all about your conscious effort. When you're ready to let it go, it's amazing and how the smallest thing can help us release it. So think about it, reflect about it, go in your subconscious mind, ask questions, and relate to it. So more power to each one of us. At this point, let's start our meditation. We're a little late today, but I guess let's sit down straight, back comfortable, no slouching, back straight. Because remember, you are in the receiving mantra position. So no more lying down. You have a back problem, take the support of a chair. Try not to slouch on the beds or the cushions or sofas. Your eyes closed, you'll become more mindful in the day. Your legs can be comfortably placed either in cross-legged or on a chair, or maybe even on the floor with your legs straight, whatever works for you. Please be relaxed. Let's inhale deep. Our rhythm will be the same, 7 plus 7 plus 14. Let's inhale. Hold. And release. Once more, inhale. Hold. And release. The last time, inhale. Hold. And release. Life is magical. Life is beautiful. And life is a real blessing. The more blessings we count, the more it becomes magical. The more we invite steadiness, the more steady we become. The more we flow, the easier life gets. The more we concentrate, the more magical results become. Let's invite this beautiful science in our lives. The science of steadiness, the science of consistency, the science of being committed. Let's invite results and magics in our life by simply asking our subconscious mind for a solution. And the answer itself will be like a cue. It will be coming to us just at a eureka moment maybe. It can pop out of our mind just the way a toast pops out. It can come to us in a flash of a second, as a cue, as a header, as a guideline, as something on a social media. You never know how. But now, let's become aligned that we have posed a question to our subconscious mind, and the answer has to come. And we have to be the believers and the receivers. And once we've received the answer, no more doubting, no procrastination, no speaking to the others. This is what our higher inner guide has guided us. The divinity in us, the universe in us has guided us. Without doubting, let's go for it. Without doubting, just follow. Magics are bound to come. Let's start becoming the unconditional givers. Givers of the right time, right space to every single important thing in our life. Let's form a pattern on how we want to go with our life. Let's remember, we are absolutely perfect because God has made us perfect. It doesn't mean that life has to be perfect. It means we are able to manage everything easily. No stress, no tension, no dis-ease. And what is left to be done, there's a purpose behind it. Let's accept it. Let's not judge ourselves. Let's try and give 100% and let the life flow. Who are we to stop the flow? We can give time to our families. We can give time to ourselves. We can give time to our spirituality. We can give time to our body. We can give time to our mind. We can give time to our loved ones. And we can give time to our work. Ultimately, my life is beautiful because I balance it so wonderfully. And who am I? I'm not egoist. I'm happy to be humble. I'm happy to be modest. I'm happy to be loving. I'm happy to be combined. I'm happy to be just compassionate. And all I know is that I am guided by the divine. I am universe. Aham Brahmasmi. When I am the universe, life has to flow effortlessly, easily, spontaneously, and I flow with it. That's my superpower. And that is it. This is it. This is it. This is it. So it is. Let's bend our head in gratitude towards Mother Earth, Planet Earth. Thank you, dear Planet Earth. I promise to stop abusing you every day. Our planet requires our love. I promise to become greener, becoming more environment friendly, taking conscious steps to make you a beautiful place to live in for us and our future. I promise to worship you and bring you back to your old glory. And I thank you for all that you do for me and us. We are so blessed to have you as an unconditional giver. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's look up at the life ahead and in the back. Our past, our present, and our future is absolutely beautiful because now we embrace it without judging it. It's absolutely awe-inspiring and we are so grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's look up at the universe, open our hands in abundance pose. Thank our beautiful universe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, dear Cosmos Universe, for having our backs. Thank you, Cosmos, Divinity, Angels and Guardians. We're truly blessed to have your love, your blessings, and your attention. We love it and we're grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you. Bring your hands at the heart level, hold them together. Either feel the love coming through your heart easily or energized by rubbing your hands. Feel the energy and quickly energize your body. Head, face, ears, neck, foot pipe, shoulders, upper arms, elbows, lower arms, wrists, hands, fingers, thumb, nails. Upper back, middle back, lower back, spinal cord, hips, liver, lungs, heart, liver, stomach, intestines, kidneys, gallbladder, intestines, uterus, sexual organs, excretory organs, our thighs, upper and lower, our knees, our calves, our ankles, our feet, our toe, fingers, and our nails. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bring your hands up at the heart level. Let's thank the trillions of cells in our body. Let's thank our muscles, tissues, fibers, blood circulation system, and skin. Dear body, thank you for the gift of health. I'm truly lucky and blessed. And now is a magic moment. Let's invest our energy into our Sangam. Let's shower each one with our love, with our blessings, for making us better people and for giving fruition to our dreams. And so it is. Love, light and blessings, Kiran, Radhika, Neha, Shweta, Sneha, Mudita, Preeti, Payal, Monica, Anika, Ayushi, Reena, Shalu, Meenakshi, Archana, Sangeeta, Alona and Sailesh, Shraddha, Archana, Mehak, Nisha, Rupal, Sunita, Sangeeta, Rupal, Sudha, Alifya, Kuldeep ji, Neelam, Shelly, Fatima ji, Sapna. So today I've decided, which I did today, I did not look at your names. I just saw you and I wished you. So if their screens were blank, I don't know whose screen it was. So I haven't wished that person because it was a blank screen for me. So I can't give my blessings. So I'm going to do this for my memory so that I know each one of you when I meet you that, you are the right person. I don't want to just look for names then and feel embarrassed. Oh my God, I don't know the name. I don't want to do that. So for everyone who I see on the face, and I think I may take a pause because I may not remember, but I promise I'll remember. So that's my commitment to myself and to each one of us. May our lives get magical every single day. May we become more centered, more balanced, more focused, and may we realize that we are the power of creating whatever we want because life is simply magical. So lots of love, light, and abundance. Wishing you a fantastic day. I'll share pictures from my trip because when I go on a road trip, something nice I'll share. And I know it's going to be a magical day. New investments, new businesses will come my way. And I know I have all your love with me. And I want to wish you all the very best. So Nisha says, ma'am, is it possible to send CV recording for taking pauses for our dreams? No, Nisha, it's not possible because I want you to make it possible for yourself. What did I say, darling? अपना एक ड्रीम लिखिए, उसको पढ़िए, घड़ी में देख के 1 minute का पॉज लीजिए. Shakti Gawain told us to go through every dream for 1 minute, right? Same did Rhonda Byrne tell us. So one dream, 1 minute. The idea for 1 minute is so we don't flow too much. We come to the end result. So if you have 10 dreams, you say them for like 20 seconds each. You visualize for 1 minute. So the video becomes, audio becomes 11 or 12 minutes. I hope it's clear, Nisha. I'm sorry for being a little strict, but I want to empower you because it's very simple. I mean, there should be no need for me to share my dreams. My dreams are बहुत crazy हैं. If anyone will hear them, they'll be like, she's a mad woman. But I'm telling you, I have a long life, 1 to 1 years, right? I'm 43. So बहुत कुछ करना है. So of course, my dreams are also very weird and big. And I have a global feeling of making my country, my world go green. And I will reach it. So, don't talk about me. I'm absolutely mad and I love my madness. So I embrace it very beautifully. Even my this 10 kilos of weight, I'm embracing it so happily. I'm so happy in my new zone. I've never felt so big ever before. So clothes are getting tight and I'm like, I will not shop more, but yeah, I'm enjoying it. All right. Okay, so I read a lot of your reflections. Great that you're complimenting each other. All right. Thank you for the compliments too.
Prachi, I wanted to share something.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yes, please. Yeah.
Yeah. Suddenly, for the matlab, 2 days back, I developed a pain in my left hand in the
Hmm.
wrist area. And the pain was so
Hmm.
much like day before yesterday, it was manageable, and yesterday it was so painful. I was not being able to doing my small
Hmm.
tasks also, like changing my clothes, having a shower, or peeling an
Hmm.
orange, nothing like that. And I asked, matlab, I tried to ask my
Hmm.
subconscious mind, why has this pain occurred? And it was so
Hmm.
severe that matlab, I had tears in my eyes, literally.
Hmm.
Actually, 3 days back, I
Okay.
started wearing a smartwatch. I took
Okay.
my son's smartwatch and I told you just set it with my phone. I want to wear it. I want to track my steps, my sleep pattern, and all that. And I continuously wore it for 3 days, day and night. And
Hmm.
then I realized that this was because of that. The pain was because of that. Because during my chemos, I had all my injections and all salines, all this through this left hand only. Because I was operated on the right hand, so the left hand was the only option. So that didn't suit me actually. The circulation of blood, I think so, it stopped. But I couldn't relate it
Okay.
that because it would be because of the smartwatch, because I also wear a watch occasionally. So, and I affirmed
So
all the time that
maybe change your wrist. No. Yeah. Hmm.
the the problem is that in the right wrist also the doctors have told me not to wear very tight clothing or anything. I can't even
Okay.
like measure my BP, my blood test, nothing in the right hand. Everything has to be done on the left hand. So whatever what happened. It was very painful for me. I was not being able to do my simplest tasks. Then I realized the trouble. I took out that watch, and then I kept on affirming and affirming that how come I am writing gratitude. I'm blessing my body every day. I'm blessing my hands, everything. Please, my hand is perfectly all right, all right. I kept on blessing it and pampering it, throughout the day. And I just applied
Yeah.
the ointment once only. And by the end of the day, 80% of the pain had disappeared. And in the
Wow.
morning, I woke and it's great. I didn't expect the results were so astonishing. It was really a great
Amazing.
thing for me.
More power to you, and thank you for reflecting. Thank you for understanding. Thank you for asking your subconscious mind for the right answer. Only you could have come up with this. Nobody else could have. So thank
Yeah,
you for sharing your journey with us. And Neha,
thank you.
life deals us with bad stuff, but don't become emotional about it. It's okay, yeah. All of us go through ups and downs. You've had chemotherapy, it's okay, yeah. People go through a lot of jack shit. Believe me, I'll tell you something. You may think it's too much, but people who go through rapes, no, they're far more damaged than people who go through something medical. So every person carries their own baggages. Some are traumatic in the outer, some are traumatic in the inside. But how we evolve as people, embracing those is the challenge. And life is very simple. We have unnecessarily complicated and put too much of our emotions in it. So let's get stronger. Let's start sharing. It's wonderful that you've come ahead, because ultimately we have to embrace whatever shortcomings we've had and emerge as a winner. That's the journey. So
No,
more power
otherwise,
to
I'm
us.
very strong. My husband praises me a lot all the
Uh,
time. Like
good.
during my toughest period, also he told ना कभी भी नेहा अपने एक काम से पीछे नहीं रही है. Everything she used to do perfectly,
Very
in
nice.
spite of
Very
having
nice.
so much. Yeah, thank
Okay,
you.
and one thing I want to share with all of you, I really get put off when I don't see people logging on in time. Ask your Sangha Mitras, if they're not serious about the sessions, they can leave the journey. No point not coming in the morning. If it's 5 o'clock, it's 5 o'clock. I just see 20 people right now. Of course, we've gone beyond time, so people have logged off, and that's fine. But otherwise, just 40 people logging in the morning, it defeats my purpose. I am going to get back to my strict self. Just because you have sessions does not give you a right not to come here. Ritesh sir, let's gauge people who haven't come in the last 10 days and they will be off the journey. There's no need for them to come. And even if they've registered for the camp, for the retreat, and if they don't turn up, yeah, we are happy to use your money for charity. You're not going to be allowed to come. Sorry. But there'll be no pickup drops. There'll be nothing for you. If you can't be sincere for your learning, for your life, then you're not meant to be with us. I'm sorry. So please take this message to your groups that I am strict about it. I'm not just kidding. I'm not wearing a smile right now because I am really upset. This is not happening. I need to work on my entire Sangha, not just a couple of people, handful of us. So please let them know that I'm not going to take this bullshit. That if you're not coming in the sessions, you think you are happy to do, even Kavita Joval, please let her know if whoever's group she's in, if she's doing
In my
Ashwin
group.
ma'am session. Yeah, so if she's doing
Yes.
Ashwin ma'am session and not coming in the morning, she has to leave the session. Even recording will not be available. We'll delete her from the list. You can't. Recordings are only meant for people who are coming on the session. This is not plan B. I don't want you to do it otherwise. We've discussed the importance of live sessions. So everyone, please get back to us. Whoever is not active in your group, please take them off the group and please let us know. They'll be taking
I
them off
asked her,
the.
Rachki,
It's
I
okay.
asked
This
her,
one.
why are you absent?
We'll talk about this
She's
on
telling me I'm
one-to-one. Let's
seeing the
not waste other.
recordings.
नहीं so उनको बोल दीजिए recording अब available नहीं होंगी. मैम ने मना कर दिया. Simply बोल
Actually,
दीजिए.
after recordings
okay.
available, people are.
Yeah, they're taking it too lightly. So I'm going to stop the recordings, guys. I'm going to stop it completely. So don't take it lightly. Sorry, but I am going to be strict about this. This is not like I love Nitya. It's not Nitya's session that if you miss it, you can. Even Nitya session, you need to be there in person. So people who've joined the Conscious Awake session, thrice I've missed it. I haven't felt the same energy because it didn't come on my email ID, the access. And when I would log on, there was no access. So I missed it and I feel bad. I'm in touch with him, but nonetheless, I missed it. So please let people know if they're not coming in the morning, there are no sessions for them. As simple as that. So, all right, on this note of being a little strict Prachi, I'm back to my smiling self. All right, I'll see you tomorrow morning. Hopefully the net will be better. And today it was great. So a lot of love to Rajasthan and the net and Geo. So yes, thank you Ritesh sir for this beautiful magical session. Thank you everyone for your love. Thank you everyone for support to each other. Let's grow up as people who have a purpose. Lots of love, light and abundance. Take care.